can't get up. Oh, life alert. Ah,
So you've fallen and you can't get up. What do you do now?
use my phone. Oh, I didn't charge it.
Oh, too bad. Your phone has no service or battery's dead. And your life alert no longer works because you didn't pay the bill. So, what do you do from here? First things first, assess yourself. Are you hurt?
No,
Is anything broken?
no.
Okay, now you can go to step one of transferring yourself from the floor into your chair.
Okay, this transfer is for a patient that has to get from the floor to the wheelchair, only using primarily one side. So they're gonna get their strong side close to the wheelchair and make sure the wheelchair is locked. And then they're gonna use their strong right arm to push themselves up into tall kneeling. And then they're going to shift their weight onto their right foot and come up into half kneeling. And then he's gonna reposition his right hand wherever necessary in the chair, either in the seat or on the arm of the wheelchair. And he's gonna push through his arm and leg and pivot to get his hips into the chair. And then he'll use both upper extremities as necessary to get himself positioned in correct alignment in the wheelchair.
As you saw with that transfer earlier, it required a lot of glute strength. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna show you some techniques to help improve that glute strength. It's gonna be an exercise called the bridge. The patient is gonna plant both arms nice and firm at the sides. Their feet is gonna be nice and nice apart, about shoulder width apart, nice and planted by the heels. And what they're gonna do is drive through the heels and lift the hips off the mat, okay? So we're gonna do a couple sets of these to increase the difficulty. What the patient's gonna do is you can go up and hold. There you go, just like that. And then for about 5 seconds and come back down. To decrease the difficulty, you can just make sure you're looking at them where they're just lifting their bottom off the mat just slightly, or even if that's still too difficult, they can, there you go, abdominal brace and then tighten their glutes. So this is going to be important, like I said, for that transfer earlier. That glutes is the crucial aspect of lifting yourself up and doing that crucial pivoting. Now you would notice if it will be too difficult, if the patient is notably shaking or unstable, and at the same time to help facilitate and cue, if they're having difficulty, you just cue them there, okay? All right, 3 sets of 10 will be what you want to recommend, but each patient is different, so increasing the level of difficulty will depend on the patient. All right, next exercise you want to do is going to be the sit-to stance. This can be crucial for that takeoff and liftoff. Patients would lower extremity weakness, is going to have difficult time with this, so it's crucial to go ahead and build that strength with the quad muscle. So what you want them to do is find a nice comfortable chair or even an elevated mat that can have the power to come up and down. Make sure their base of support is nice and wide, about regular stance, feet nice and planted. Have a gate belt for their safety as far as that goes. What we're gonna do is have them lean forward a little bit, get that weight off, and then go ahead and push through the legs. There you go. Okay. This is, go ahead and come back down. Control descent, okay? So make sure they are concentrating on that eccentric control coming back down. This is a demanding task, so 2 sets of 10 would be perfect for this type of patient. Now, things to notice if they're struggling to exercise, you can go ahead and stand. They will sometimes, you can see their legs shake and wobble, or even a rapid descent, so they won't have any eccentric control. Now, if it's too difficult for them to come up and their legs are they're really struggling, what you want to do is go ahead and stand up. You go ahead and elevate the mat or elevate the surface, adding a different cushion, and there you go. Now they can come down to it, or even if this is too easy for them, go ahead and stand back up, and you can go ahead and decrease the level of the surface, and then go ahead and have them control something, control on that descent, and this is going to be important. Good.
Okay, this patient has fallen, and we would use this for patients with lower extremity weakness, such as spinal cord, but she's got strong upper extremities. So she's going to roll herself to the side and push into sitting. And she wants to do this as close to the wheelchair as she can. And then she's gonna use her, she's gonna make sure her wheelchair is locked. And then she's gonna use both her arms, she's gonna get them onto the seat of the wheelchair to push herself into tall kneeling. And then she's gonna do another push-up to get her hips above the level of the chair. And she can rearrange her hands as needed, either on the seat or on the arms of the wheelchair. And then once she pushes up and gets her hips to clear the chair seat, she'll pivot and turn to get her hips onto the seat. And she'll do repeated push-ups through the arms of the wheelchair as necessary to get herself seated comfortably in correct alignment. Yeah, okay, for this transfer, upper extremity strength is extremely important. So we're gonna focus on bicep strengthening, because if their upper extremity is weak, they're obviously gonna have a very difficult time getting off the floor and into their wheelchair because they have to power up through the chair. And so we're gonna do some prone push-ups. So I would cue him to put his arms under his shoulders, his hands under his shoulders, good. Keep his elbows close to his side and push up. He's gonna keep his lower body down, but just push his upper body up off the mat and then back down, good. And I would cue him not to, don't lock your elbows at the top, so push up again and back down. And then we would do 3 sets of 10. And what I would watch for to see if this was too difficult, okay, push up. If he's shaking, if he's unsteady, then obviously it's too difficult. We would have him go back down and then only push up halfway. Okay, good, and back down, good. Then if that's too easy, I can either do manual resistance, push, good, and back down, or we could cue him to come up, and then go down slow, count to 5 as he's slowly lowering down to eccentrically work these muscles. Or we can have him hold for 10 at the top of each rep to strengthen these muscles.
Okay, so our next exercise will be crunches. As you saw from our transfer, that our patient will need more core strengthening to be able to finish the transfer from the floor to the chair. So what I want you to do is go ahead and place your hands on your lap. There you go. In this motion, you'll bring your chest towards your knee. Okay, all right. So we'll do 2 sets of 10, but each patient is different. Try to keep your feet flat on the floor. Good. So if your patient can do it easy the way he's doing it, have your patient put their hands on the back of their head. Okay. We'll do the same motion. Bring your chest towards your knee. All right. Keep your stomach muscle tight. Good. All right. Let's say if my patient can't do this exercise right. All right. To make it easy, we'll do abdominal pressing. Okay. So go ahead and keep your stomach tight and nice. All right. Go ahead and tighten it. All right. And you can do arm placement. That way you know they're keeping their muscles tight. Okay, we'll do 2 sets of 10. Make sure you're breathing. Hold it. You can hold it 5 to 10 seconds. All right. Relax. All right. Again. All right. Relax. Okay.
Okay, so this transfer is another patient that has lower extremity weakness. So if she falls out of her chair, she's gonna need to get close to her chair and get herself back up into a seated position. But this time she's gonna position her back to the chair. And then she's gonna use her arms to get her hips and knees bent in front of her so she can use her feet for support. And then she's gonna reach behind her onto the chair wherever is stable and secure for that wheelchair. And she's gonna push through as hard as she can to get herself up and get her hips up over the edge of that chair. And then she's gonna reposition her hands and do as many push-ups as necessary to get her hips to the back of the chair wherever is necessary for proper alignment. All the while, she's gonna make sure the skin of her back doesn't rub the chair and potentially cause some loss of skin integrity or some injury. Same thing with her hamstrings. We want to make sure her hamstrings don't drag across the chair and get injured in the process of this transfer.
Alright. Now, as you saw with that transfer, it was extremely difficult and taxing on the upper extremities. So it's gonna require a lot of tricep activation. So a crucial point to help make that transfer a little bit easier for those that are capable of doing that type of transfer is to go ahead and work on actually strengthening tricep and muscular endurance. So what you're gonna start with first is go ahead and put your hand at your sides. There you go. And you can go ahead and push yourself up, lifting your bottom up. There you go. And distribute both force equally throughout both triceps, and then you are getting that nice lift, activation. Now, if that task is too easy, what you can do is go ahead and have them now move their arms to the handlebars, to the arm rails, hand rails, and then go ahead and push equally to both arms again. There you go. Watching that force, that equal activation of both triceps, doing a nice hold. Here you go, and bring it back down. Nice. How you feeling? Good? Okay. Each patient is different, but again, you could probably do about 2 sets of 10. And at the same time with that patient, right now she can do about probably a 5-second hold. Now, if both those tasks were too difficult, you can lower it down the difficulty by going ahead and put one arm instead, and then just go pushing through one arm. There you go. Just in that tricep. There you go. There you go. You're good. All right, and then the other side. There you go. And these exercises again will be crucial. You're fine. Relax. These exercises will be crucial for functional tasks such as pressure relief and other goals as going transfers with that arm.